Want to know how to replace an outlet? Then you've come to the right place. And in this video, we'll show you how to safely replace an outlet, the tools you'll need, and how not to get shocked in the process. At least I hope you don't get shocked. Come on. We're going to be in the living room today. Now we've added navigation to the top of this video so you can jump around to find the information you need. You've got an overview, tools you'll need to complete the project, and of course, the project itself. Now there's a few reasons that people might replace an outlet. It stops working, it's broken or worn out, to change the color or styles, or just to increase the functionality. Now there's a lot of different colors and styles of outlets out there, like this, or this, or this. But most of them have a similar backing structure where the wires connect. And if you know some basics, you'll be ready to replace an outlet. Safety first. Electricity is really dangerous, so make sure that the power is always shut off to whatever you're working on. We'll show you how to make sure the power is off to the outlet that we're going to be replacing today. Now there's some tools that you're going to need to replace the outlet. You're going to need a screwdriver, Phillips and flathead. This has both. You'll need some wire cutters, wire strippers, a tester of some sort. You might need a utility knife. You also might need some pliers. Now this is the outlet that we're going to be replacing today. It's the outlet that we plug our vacuum into. It goes in, you can see how it doesn't hold it very well. Sometimes it falls out, it's really loose. Now a loose outlet can be kind of dangerous because the pins in there that actually hold in what you're plugging in, when they loosen up, they can create arcing and heat, and that can become a fire hazard. So we're going to go ahead and replace this. Since we're not upgrading the functionality or the style of the outlet, all we need is the exact same outlet. There's nothing wrong with the cover plate. If this cover plate was cracked or broken, we'd want to replace it, but this one's fine. So we're going to use the same cover plate. When you're replacing an outlet, you want to make sure that the power is off first. So go to your electrical box, wherever your breakers are, or if you've got a fuse box, and make sure you shut off the power to the circuit. Now you can either plug in a lamp and have someone yell at you when the light goes off so that you know that it's off, or if you're alone, you can plug in a radio, turn the volume way up, and listen for the music to go off. I've got this tester and it has a light on it, so I'm just going to plug that in. Now the reason you do this is because not everyone's electrical panels are labeled properly, so you always want to double check by doing this. Once you're sure that the power is off to the outlet that you're going to be working on, we're going to remove the outlet from the wall. Sometimes the outlet covers actually get painted over, so you'll need your utility knife to score the paint, because when you pull the screw out and take the cover off, you could peel the paint away. Start by removing the cover plate. It's usually held on by 1 or 2 screws. It's usually a small flat head that holds that on. So once you remove it, if you don't see the screws, it could be one of those fancier plates that like snap off to reveal the screws that you're supposed to remove. Next, you want to remove the top and the bottom screws that are holding the outlet to the box. Now, sometimes these are painted over and sticking against the wall, and you may have to use your utility knife to score that so that it doesn't peel the paint off. These screws are usually a Phillips head screw, so you're going to remove these. Now, depending on how much wire you actually have inside the box will determine whether you want to try and unhook the wire from the screw on the side or whether you're going to clip them off. If your wires are long enough, like mine here, they're plenty long, I recommend that you actually clip that off, and we'll actually strip the insulation to expose some fresh wire. Now, if your wires are really short, like if you couldn't get this thing out from the box any further than that, I would actually recommend that you make a pigtail to extend the wires to make them easier to work with. If you don't know how to do that, we made a little video to show you how. Just click right here to watch that video on how to make a pigtail. So let's go ahead and actually clip off the wires as close to the outlet as you can. So the next step is to connect the existing wires to our new outlet. On the back, you'll see some different things. You'll notice that one side is labeled hot and the other side is labeled white. You should also notice a ground screw, screws on the side, and maybe even some holes in the back. You can connect the existing wires by either looping them around the screws or poking them in the back. Now the white wire goes to white and the black wire goes to hot, and your bare copper wire goes to ground. You'll also find a recommendation of how much copper to leave exposed when stripping the insulation away. Now I prefer to loop the wires around the screws, and my strippers actually have a small hole here, and I can put the wire through that hole and make my loop. Now, if you have pliers, just take your pliers, grip at the top, and roll it over to make the hook. Once your hooks are made, put them over the screws so that the hooks are bent clockwise. This way, when you tighten the screw, it naturally pulls the hooks towards the middle rather than pushing it away. You want to tighten these screws down snug. Not to the point where you strip the screws, but tight. Electricity causes tiny vibrations, and if you don't tighten them down properly, it can become loose. And when that happens, you can get arcing against the screws, and that can become a fire hazard. Now, once your wires are connected and the screws are tightened down, you're ready to push the outlet back into the wall. You want to take the wires, push them into the back of the box, kind of like an accordion, and then tighten down the two screws on the top and the bottom. You may have to adjust the outlet side to side so that it sits flush against the wall. Next, we want to put the cover plate back on. And like I said, you're either going to have one screw in the middle or a screw on the top and the bottom. Now the last step is to go and reconnect the power and make sure everything's hooked up right. So the power's back on. Here's our same plug from our vacuum. When we put it in, it's much better, holding everything tight. As you can see, with a little information and instruction, replacing an outlet is something you can totally do yourself. Just be safe, and if you ever feel like you've gotten in over your head, stop and call an electrician you trust to come and help. If you found this information helpful and informative, click the thumbs up button. It's right down there. If there's any other electrical, plumbing, heating, or air conditioning projects you'd like to learn how to do, leave your suggestions in the comments below. Click the subscribe button. It's right there. If you click it, you'll get notifications the next time our videos come out. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Good. You gonna wash my hair this time? Okay. Oh, you're gonna put that in, aren't you? Okay. Smiley face. Oh, that's a Prius. We shouldn't have to worry about him. Not making noise. There's cars anyway. Doesn't matter that I screwed up. All right, I think.
Hair good?
You tell me. Yeah. Oh, it's a diesel. Knock, knock, knock goes the diesel. If you really want to see the beautiful people. Maybe I'll go like this. I don't know. I'm gonna get an Oscar for this one. Is it an Oscar? Tony?